Number one, I trust Israel more than I trust Austin. He still said Afghanistan withdrawal was a good idea.
That was a United States Senator, Senator Lindsey Graham, today saying openly, clearly, that he trusts a foreign country more than our own Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. Now, what spurred this statement from Lindsey Graham? Well, the fact that the Biden administration has halted offensive weapons shipments to Israel over its military operations in Rafah. Now, we keep hearing over and over again, oh, Israel is thinking about invading Rafah. They're thinking about going into Rafah. They've already gone into Rafah. Like, I don't know what else they need to do to make that clear. They're already bombing Rafah, which is what led to the Biden administration putting a pause on the weapons shipments. Now, during his CNN interview just yesterday, Biden stated, quote, "We're going to continue to make sure Israel is secure in terms of Iron Dome and their ability to respond to attacks that came out of the Middle East recently, but it's just wrong. We're not going to supply the weapons and artillery shells for a Rafah invasion." Which obviously Benjamin Netanyahu and his sympathizers here in the United States aren't so happy about. Netanyahu, of course, the Prime Minister of Israel, says, "If we need to stand alone, we will stand alone. I have said that if necessary, we will fight with our fingernails." I mean, when he says we, he means the IDF soldiers that he's having to go out there and fight the war on his behalf so he can remain in power. But we have much more than fingernails, and with that same strength of spirit, with God's help, together we will win. And they do have more than fingernails, Cenk, because the US has already flooded Israel with the weapons that they need. And so it's nice that Biden has now declared that he has a red line and he's claiming he's gonna stick to it. But Israel's had plenty of weapons and they're armed to the teeth and they're gonna do what they're gonna do in Rafah. That's been abundantly clear to me.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you. Yeah, so I wanna give you a little piece of good news first, then I'm gonna come back to the traitor, Lindsey Graham. Just read right before we came on air that Israeli cabinet is reconsidering Rafah because of what Biden said, which is incredible news. If they don't go into Rafah, then you have to give Biden credit for this move, and it would make a giant difference. Okay, that's a big if though. But look at that, guys. All he did was say, I'm pausing shipments for a little bit, even after we gave them $20 billion and he sent them endless bombs and etc., right? All he had to do was say that one little thing, and now they're reconsidering. Imagine if Biden had said, we're not gonna give you the 17 extra billion in the last package unless you don't go into Rafah. There's no way they would have gone into Rafah. So we gave away all of our leverage. If we hadn't given away that leverage, we could have definitely prevented that slaughter.
But it wasn't enough, Cenk. It wasn't enough for Lindsey Graham, right?
Yes.
So let's listen to more of his statement with more context, and then I want to hear your reaction to it.
Mr. President, if you do not change this policy, you will have destroyed the last best chance to deliver lasting stability in the Mideast for generations. Saudi Arabia is watching. Would you, as a nation, sign a defense agreement with the United States, knowing what we have just done to Israel? Is signing on the dotted line with the United States in a mutual defense agreement equivalent to outsourcing your national security to the United States? That is the message you're sending. Israel's being asked to turn the war fighting over to the United States. Let us plan how to do this, not you. That is a huge mistake. Number one, I trust Israel more than I trust Austin. He still said Afghanistan withdrawal was a good idea. Bottom line, there's a lot at stake here. I think the region and the world is gonna second guess future relationships with us, Mr. President, if you don't change your mind. Finally, is it right to give bombs to Israel in these circumstances? I think the answer is yes.
Okay, so Lindsey Graham is one of the biggest war hawk neocons ever in the United States Congress. There isn't a war he hasn't wanted to make love to. He loves money from defense contractors and AIPAC. From different pro-Israel groups alone between 1990 and 2024, he has received $1,580,000. So a little over $1 million he's gotten in legalized bribes from AIPAC. And that doesn't even include the defense contractors who've been bribing him for decades now. So I'm sorry, those are campaign contributions, mainstream media. No, I know they don't affect these greasy slimeball politicians, right? So that's point one. Point two is, did you notice what he said about Saudi Arabia? When he started talking about Saudi Arabia, I thought he was gonna say, what message does this send? It's gonna show weakness and it's gonna empower Muslim fundamentalist governments like Saudi Arabia. No, he's like, we're trying to do a national security deal with Saudi Arabia. What message does it send if we don't kiss their ass? So if we do that deal, we have to serve Saudi Arabia just like we serve Israel. Because we're not Americans. Americans don't donate to Lindsey Graham. He doesn't give a goddamn about Americans. He's looking at which foreign government should I serve, depending on how much they bribe me. I want to serve Saudi Arabia, I want to serve Israel, I want to serve Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. So this is one of the biggest pieces of crap I've ever seen in politics in my life. He's gotten so many people killed. He's a really dangerous, awful, awful human being. So I'm not into this thing of Washington like genteelness and etiquette where you're supposed to be chummy with Lindsey Graham. Oh, how many Iraqis did you have murdered, you son of a bitch, massacre cheerleader? Okay, that's who this sick guy is. But they're all the same. You see Susan Collins behind him, let alone Ted Cruz, Katie Britt, and everybody else. Susan Collins is a moderate. And they're all out there going, not enough. 24,000 dead women and children, obviously innocent women and children dead. And all these monsters are like, not enough. Kill more, kill more, kill more. That's who Lindsey Graham is. Rick Scott's out there, and he's not alone. Lindsey Graham and Mike Johnson said similar things. Almost every Republican is out there kissing AIPAC's ass. Oh, I swear I'll serve you more than America. I swear it. Like I said, though, it doesn't matter which country it is. Bulgaria can do the same thing. These guys are all for sale. So what does Rick Scott say? He said Biden is on Hamas's side. Now, all this, guys, even though Biden gave all of the money that Israel wanted. He funneled military weapons to Israel, about $2.5 to $3 billion worth, around Congress before they even appropriated any money. He gave them the $4 billion a year every single year, as every president does. And on top of that, he just sent them another $17 billion. But as they're about to do one of the worst massacres we've ever seen in Rafah, with no plan to evacuate 1 to 1.5 million people in Rafah right now, and that's one of the top concerns of the Biden administration. They have no plan to take those, they can't move those people anywhere else. It's going to be a bloodbath. And Lindsey Graham and Susan Collins and all the Republicans are like, well, if you don't want Israel to do a bloodbath on these innocent Palestinians, well, then you're Hamas and you're a terrorist.
But Cenk, like, name a bloodbath that Lindsey Graham didn't love.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Right, even the bloodbaths having to do with people that are our allies. I mean, Lindsey Graham sees it as an opportunity. This is an opportunity for more war. This is fantastic. Yeah, and so back to Netanyahu, because it relates to these guys. The quote that Anna read for you, so we have to fight with our fingernails. That's a reference to the Holocaust because of the awful, despicable things that happened during the Holocaust. And I've told you that story a lot of times on the show, about how there's the fingernail scratches inside the gas chambers, right? So this sick son of a bitch, Netanyahu, who's a butcher, then dares to use the Holocaust analogy, when in reality, he's been dropping 2,000-pound bombs in highly populated civilian areas. And Biden actually mentioned that. He said, I'm not sending the 2,000-pound bombs or even the 500-pound bombs. We never, America, for all the terrible things that we did in Iraq and Afghanistan, we never dropped a 2,000-pound bomb in a civilian area. We never dropped a 1,000-pound bomb. Our line was at 500-pound bombs. Netanyahu, the butcher, is dropping 4 times that number in highly dense areas. He doesn't care about slaughtering civilians. And then he dares to use that analogy. But much more offensive than even that is he says, if we need to stand alone, then we will. All right, then stand alone. What are you constantly asking us for money for? Now, it comes out of my check, Anna's check, all of your checks. You work your ass off.
And then you have to say, okay, now guys, remember, take $4 out of every check or whatever the number is, right? And give it to Israel to slaughter more Palestinians. And this guy has the audacity to say, we'll stand alone. Will you? Then give me Iron Dome back. Give me the 20 billion back. Give me the over $300 billion that American taxpayers have given to Israel. Then okay, then stand alone. Give me the goddamn money back. Give it back. Oh no, you mean shut up, serve me, because I have great lobbyists in Washington. I'll take all of your money and then I'll pretend I'm a hero standing alone. Nah, and you look at all these pathetic human beings you have working for you, like Lindsey Graham, who just said he's more loyal to Israel than he is to our own government. Oh, I trust the beloved Israel that has given me over $1 million in bribes, funneled through AIPAC to more than our own government. Boo America, I hate America. I love all my donors. That's who Lindsey Graham is. Yes, these bribes are legalized campaign contributions. Yes, AIPAC has figured out a way to get it through American citizens. But the bottom line is they very clearly say that they are funding politicians to serve Israel, not America. I would hate it if it was any country, including Israel. So, but this is, look, one last thing about this. AIPAC is so over the top, and they're paid servants like Lindsey Graham, Rick Scott, etc., are so over the top in betraying America that they're going to accidentally expose all of the lobbyists. Because it isn't about AIPAC in that particular country. The oil industry, drug companies, bankers, all of them bribe all these guys. They all do the same thing. And people are gonna be so mad about AIPAC, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, don't the drug companies do the same thing? Oh, right, these aren't our representatives. These are a bunch of crooks that represent their donors, no matter who the donors are, rather than any of us. They're all crooks.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.